Hey, what's up, stay-at-homies? Hope you're doing great. I'm ready to get caught up here with my feelings mandala. And today I'm feeling, well, how am I feeling? Honestly, I've been a little bit distracted, having a bit of a hard time focusing, so I'm going to go with my color for distracted. That is gray, if I can find my gray marker. So let's get caught up. Okay, so today I want to do something different. It's a little bit silly, but I think it's going to be fun. So last week we made some map art. I don't even know which, I feel like it should go this way. I don't know. It's imaginary, it doesn't matter. So this is my imaginary world or country, or I don't know what it is. I haven't decided yet. So this was a project that took me a little while last week. And one of the things I kept saying was you could, give your world or your country a name and you could label it and make up this whole story about it. So I came up with this idea to name, I think I'm going to name the islands. So I've got 3 major islands, and then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I actually need 10 names in total for my imaginary world. I could even use this strategy if I want to name characters. Maybe I've been doing some drawing and I've drawn some funny characters, animals or aliens or monsters or people or whatever, and I'm having a hard time coming up with fun names for them or really anything. So I'm going to show you this kind of fun way of making up just totally random names for things or places or whatever using dice. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need a dice, of course. Now, I have this big one I'm going to use today. You might be able to find a small one from a game that you have, or make sure you ask permission first, because if you take it out of a game, forget to put it back, and then someone in your family wants to play that game and they can't find the dice, it can be really frustrating. So just make sure that you ask permission first. Or if you're having a hard time finding a dice, there are virtual dice that you can find online. I will put a link to one in the description of this video if you need some help finding one. You just click it and it kind of rolls for you on the screen. It's pretty fun. So you need a dice of some kind. What we're going to do is make a little chart to get organized. So we're going to have numbers 1 through 6, or you could do it like you could draw pictures of the dots the way that they look on the dice, whichever you prefer. And then you're going to need 2 columns beside it. Okay, so I'm all set up. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like I would find on the dice. And then I've got a couple of columns of spaces beside. So in my next column, what I need are the vowels from the alphabet. Now, vowels are the letters that have kind of open sounds, and they are often found in the middle of short words. So for example, in the word cat, speaking of, I don't know where they are. This is kind of weird that they're not bothering me. In the word cat, it's spelled C-A-T, right? So the A in the middle, the ah sound, see how it's an open sound? Ah, it's like my mouth is open, making this big open sound. So that's one of the vowel sounds. So I'm going to assign a vowel sound to each number on my dice. You might do this in order. So the order of the vowels is A, E, I, O, U, and then Y is sometimes considered a vowel, so we are going to use it. I could just do them in order, or I could mix them up. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do mine in order, I think. Okay, so there's my vowels. Now in the next column, I'm going to choose 6 consonants. Now, consonants are the letters that make up the rest of the alphabet, not counting the vowels. They're the ones that make different kinds of sounds where we might use our tongues or our lips in different ways. So for example, the letter B is a consonant. It makes a b, b sound. So you can see how I'm using my lips, b, to make that sound. And when we put that together with different vowels, it makes what's called a syllable. So I'm going to just randomly choose 6 consonants that I'd like to use and put them in my column over there. So now I have to choose what I actually want to use. Let's see. Tough choice. Okay, we'll try it out. Okay, so now I'm going to see what happens when I roll the dice and try to make this name. Now, typically I would go back and forth, starting with a consonant, then a vowel, then a consonant, then a vowel, kind of back and forth until I have something that I like, something that sounds cool to me. You can sometimes double up consonants as well, so that would be called a blend. So for example, sometimes S and T might go together. Like if you think about the word stop, it has an S and T blended together at the beginning. So you could also do some blends in your name that you're making up as well. Okay, so for my first try here, just going to see what happens. I'm going to see if I can do consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. We're going to see what happens. Now, if you need a little bit of help with that, you could start it off. You could get some spaces ready and you could put underneath C or V, depending on what you're thinking. You can't really have a whole bunch of consonants all in a row. Like if I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to roll 5 times and do 5 consonants, it might actually be really hard to pronounce your word because without vowels to open up the word, it doesn't always work. Like if I try to do S, T, R, and P all in a row, it's like strop. What? You need vowels in there to open up the sounds a little bit. So you can plan it out, see what happens, and kind of change things as you go if you'd like to. So I'm going to do consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, see what happens. Okay, here we go. My first roll, I'm going to be looking at my consonant column. Okay, I rolled a 3. So that's going to be an R. All right, my next roll is going to be a vowel. 5. Okay, so I've got a letter U. I'm going to roll another consonant this time. 3 again, that's another R. Interesting. Okay, and another consonant, and then I'm just going to stop and see what I think. Got a 5 there, and that's a P. Rp. 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 All right. So I'm going to keep a list of the names that I create using this method. And then after, when I have enough, then I'll go back to my map and decide which name I'd like to go with which island. So my first one is going on my list. What is it? Rp. 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 Feels weird to say it. Try it. Rp. 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 Okay, so there's the beginning of my list. I think for this one, I'm going to go consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. See what happens. Here we go. You could say it Risa or Risa. Add it to my list. Okay, for this next one, I might try starting with a vowel. Ooh, just for fun. See what happens. Maybe I'll go vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So the main thing is that I want to be able to actually say my name. So if I use this method and I create a name that is almost impossible for me to say, or I really just don't like the way it sounds, it's not like I'm stuck with it. It's not like I couldn't just change it to something else. This is just kind of a fun way to do it where it's a surprise. You don't really know what you're going to get. So it's not like I have to do it this way. I just thought it might be kind of fun. Okay, here we go. Rolling for a vowel. I think it needs another letter. That's actually a French word. Add another consonant. Turn it a little tiny bit so you can see it. Okay, I want to do one more example with you. I'm going to start with 2 consonants. So a blend at the beginning. Hopefully it'll work out. Then a vowel, consonant, vowel, and consonant at the end. Let's see what happens. Got a 1. I think I want more. I want 1 more vowel at the end. 3. Spippily. Spippelli. Spippily. I don't know. So silly. Well, there you go. There's my silly idea for creating names for imaginary places or characters or really anything using dice, just for fun. So here's my crazy list. So I just put a pink line underneath all the consonants. So if you are having a hard time figuring out when you should do a vowel, when you should do a consonant, you could take a look at this, and that might give you some ideas. Now keep in mind, you can also use different consonants, right? There's 26 letters in the alphabet, and 6 of them are in the vowels. So that means that there's 20 other letters to choose from. So hopefully you have some fun. I'd love to hear from you and hear what kinds of crazy names you're coming up with and what you're using them for. So as always, you can send me an email and say hello. I was just about to say that's it for me today and, do the whole thing, but we haven't seen the cats yet. Should I call them? I'll call them. See what happens. Hey, come here. Okay, Gretchen, say hello. Hello, stay-at-homies. My name is Gretchen. I like to cause trouble. But look at how cute I am. Oh. Maybe Molly will come say hi to the camera tomorrow. Yeah. Well, that's it for us today. Hope you had fun. Until next time, be brave, be kind. Say the last part, Gretchen. Oh, right, she's a cat. Wash your hands. Bye.